gray city. It's like stone. Everything's made out of stone. Stone sidewalks and stone roads.
Look at yourself. Do you feel like you have a body?
Yes.
Look down at your feet. Are you wearing anything on your feet?
No, I don't have any shoes.
How many toes do you have?
5.
Look at your hands. How many fingers do you have?
5.
Your skin, what tone is it?
Very light, pale, like almost like a sickly gray pale almost.
Are you wearing any clothing?
It's like a torn dress, like cloth dress of sorts.
Are there any colors to it?
Brown. So like brown, gray. Oh, just brown, I don't know. Brown, gray.
Is there any jewelry you're wearing?
No, I don't have very many things.
Do you feel like you're
anything?
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're female or male?
Yeah, I'm a young girl.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you're carrying?
It's a small piece of bread. I keep it like in my pocket. That's all I have. I sit here on the street. I can see people, they pass me by. It's like they don't even see me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get someone to help me or pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I know I'm dying. I'm not going to make it much longer. I don't eat. I'm so poor. No one really cares, though.
The people who are passing by, what do they look like? What are they wearing? What does their attire look like?
Like black suits, like tall black hats, carriages. Everything's so gray. There's not much color here at all.
Okay. As you're sitting there, keep moving the scene along and tell me when something else happens of importance.
I don't do very much. I just sit here and hope that somebody might give me something to eat. I'm eating this, whatever I have left. And there I can see, even though I don't have a lot, there are some rats, and I give them some of what I have. I just sit there. It's so dirty. It smells. It's not clean. I see some other kids kind of like me. Haven't either.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all just kind of sit here, walk around on this street and hope that somebody give us some bread or something to eat. We take care of each other and try to share with each other. Some of us are more lucky than others. I give it away, and I just kind of lay there, curled up in a ball. My stomach just stops being hungry anymore. I know that I'm dying. Mm-hmm. I'm leaving. I'm not really sad about it though. Like I'm sad that no one really cares. These rats hang out with me as I lay here. Just kind of go.
You feel like you're about to take your last breath?
Yeah.
Before you do that, let's go back in time to the beginning memories of this life for you. Beginning memories. You are there now. Tell me what's going on.
I think it's an orphanage. I don't know. I think that's where I am. I don't know how I left there.
You're able to see, sense, feel, hear everything very clearly now. You said you were in an orphanage?
Yeah. I'm younger though. I'm not as old as I'm not as old as I was on the streets, but still young.
Mm-hmm. You feel like you are a couple years old?
Yeah, like 6 or 7.
Tell me what it's like to be there.
Just kind of dull. Not a lot goes on here. Just kind of do the same things every day. Hope maybe things get better. I know that when I'm old enough, they're gonna kick me out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how I got to the street. No one came for me. It's just kind of like little metal cots, like a very thin mattress. And no covers or anything. Just I'm grateful to have that. I don't know. We get food once a day. It's like a soup or something. It's not very good. It's a lot more than I had on the streets, though.
Is there a lot of you there?
There's 8 or 9 of us. It's not too many.
Who takes care of you? Or who tends to the orphanage?
It's a woman. She's an older woman.
She tends to it by herself?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one who makes the soup once a day.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of neutral. She doesn't give off hate or love either. She's just kind of there. It's almost like she's dead inside. She's not there. She's there, but she's not. She tries, though. We know that.
Keep moving time along to another important time in this life. What happens next of importance?
I am on the street, and I'm approaching this well-dressed man on a carriage, horse-drawn carriage. He's got a very large top hat on, so I know that he is wealthier. I hold out my hands and I try to ask him if he has anything that he can give me. He doesn't pay me much attention, and he just keeps going. I get splashed with the water, the carriage going by. And I return to the street, back away from the road, go back to the stone sidewalk to wait for somebody else to come by.
Are you no longer in the orphanage?
No, I'm 12, too old. I had to leave. They only let the younger ones stay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to go.
Mm-hmm. Keep moving the scene along and tell me what happens next of importance.
I don't last very long. I don't even make it a year on the streets before I just don't make it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have enough to eat. Everybody just kind of fends for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I just eat the last bit of what I have and share some with my rat companions and just lay there, ready to go.
What are your thoughts when you're taking your last breath?
I'm just a little sad. My heart aches. My heart. I'm just a kid, and I don't know why nobody cares.
Go ahead and take your last breath and tell me what happens next.
I leave the body, and I can see myself curled up in the fetal position, laying there. I just float up above this big, gray, dull, stinky city. Just kind of relieved. Move my body eventually. I just kind of go. I'm just so ready to go. Just float away.
Is there somewhere that you go after you float away?
Just like a big white light. That makes me feel full. So I'm happy. Immediately, I don't feel hungry anymore. So I feel really good. Just full, complete.
Let's go ahead and leave that scene. Let's go to another important time where we will find answers that we seek for your highest healing. You are there now. Tell me what you see and sense.
I'm in a forest again. So much color. I'm just washing my hands in a creek. Washing my hands and feet in a creek in the forest.
Do you feel like you are a female or a male?
I think I'm female.
Do you feel younger or older?
Like in my 20s somewhere.
Look down at your feet. How many toes do you have?
I have 4.
Look at your hands. How many fingers do you have?
5? I don't know why. I have more fingers than I have toes. I don't know.
Look at your skin. What tone is your skin?
It's like a glowy white, almost a porcelain glowy white.
Are you wearing any clothing?
Yeah, it's like I think it's It's like a white gown of sort. A white gown, long sleeves. It's long. I hold it up my waist, put my feet in the water.
Is there any jewelry you're wearing?
Yeah, I have like a silver and gold headpiece. Kind of points down in the shape of a V down my forehead. And I have like a long, I think it's an amulet. That's what I call it anyway. It's a long amulet that goes all the way down. And I have some jewels in my hair, bracelets.
Is there any shapes or colors or crystals to any of the jewelry that stands out?
In my head, you can see rainbow kind of coming out of it. It's like a light green color.
Is there anything you're carrying?
I carry a sword on my back. It's like it's there when I want it to be seen, but it's not seen when you look at me. I can make it seen if I want, but it's just like a really big sword that sits and goes down my spine.
Look at the sword, pull it out. Tell me what it looks like. Does it have any shapes, anything in it? Significance?
It goes straight like a normal sword, and then at the end it kind of, I don't really know what that is. It's like it twists a little bit, a wave like that at the front of it into a sharp point. And then at the end of that wave, the point, it goes out really far. And there's on the handle of it, it's that opal looking jewel. I'm gonna use it when I have to.
Okay. Keep moving the scene along. Let's see what happens next of importance. Tell me what's going on.
Standing with a group of like 5 others that look like me. We're talking, but I think we're worried about something. We're not really worried, but we've come together because we need to talk about something's happening and we need to help. So we come together to talk about it. We just kind of have a knowing.
Mm-hmm.
This is Earth. This is Earth before. This is Earth. There's like a village. I think they're humans. I think they are. They're in trouble with us.
They're in trouble of what?
They're in trouble and they need us. It's like we can hear the call almost. Like we can just feel the frequency shift and change. We know something's going amiss. We know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now there's a total of 5 of you or 6 of you?
5 and myself. 6.
Are there females and males?
Yeah, there's both.
Okay. Can you tell me what do some of them look like?
Long hair. Everyone has long hair. Like waist-length hair. And they have jewels too, but different than mine. They have some of the same rainbow jewel. Like I can see this male in front of me. He has long white hair and he has a ring that has that jewel on it instead of a crown that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they all just kind of look alike, but different.
Do you look like humans?
Yeah, we're very similar to humans. We don't shapeshift, but we look so similar that they wouldn't know. We take our ears and we make them smaller so the humans won't know. Our ears stick out of our hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's how a lot of humans can tell. So we change them. We hide it so that they're not afraid.
Mm-hmm. Are your skin tones like humans or are they different?
No, we glow. It's It's very unique. Like humans kind of have an opacity to their skin.
Mm-hmm.
And we have like almost like a reflectiveness in the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we can tone that down too so that the humans don't know.
Okay. What is it that you all are deciding here in this group?
We know we need to help them. We're just trying to figure out how and in the least infringing way possible. We don't want them to know that we are still here residing in the forest. We don't have to, but it's not in our nature to not help them. We can feel the energy shift, and we want to help them. So we're just trying to decide how to go about that without also giving ourselves away and letting them know that we are still here. I think there's many more of us than the 6 of us. There's so many, but the 6 of us gather first to decide the plan of action, and then we will go tell the others what we're going to do or how we're going to help. We're also trying to figure out this. He seems like this male. He has a larger presence than the other 5 of us. He's trying to figure out what is the infringement. He's trying to figure out what is causing the shift in energy so much that we can feel it.
Yes. Okay.
It's dark. They are dark beings.
Who's dark beings?
It's what he's like. It's like he went out and he was the one who saw what changed the energy, and I'm putting my hand up to his, not quite touching, but like half an inch apart, and it's almost like we interface, and I can see what he saw. They're dark. He's just showing us so that we know.
What do they look like?
I can't see them yet. We can't see them. We can see their ship. We know what it looks like, and it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can see their ship. That's what he saw. He saw their ship, and he took an energetic signature of the ship, and that's what he's showing us. So we can see what the ship looks like, and we can feel the energetic signature from it. So we can kind of register how dark they are and what they are.
Okay. What type of ship is it? What kind of shape is it?
This is going to sound really weird, but it looks very similar to some of the ships on Star Wars. It's like round at the back end and then kind of comes into like a jagged edge point at the front.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's black.
And where is the ship at?
It was coming towards this village that we're talking about. It's in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Earth.
Okay. Now that you got this this registered energy frequency of this ship and beings, what do you do next?
We decide that we're going to help them and that we can shield this energy out. I know I can. And it doesn't make sense why they would let me go alone, but I'm leaving the group of the 6 of us, and they decide to let me go towards this village and put a shield up around it without being seen, because I'm good at that. Of all of us, I am the most stealthy. I can do that without being seen.
And tell me, go ahead and go and tell me what that looks like.
It's mm, so I'm standing at the edge of the forest, and I've kind of cloaked myself so that you can't see me or read my energetic signature, not the dark ones at least. And I'm standing by this rock, and I just put my hands out, and I can see this massive bubble, kind of. I call it a bubble. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's translucent, but you can see all of the energy flowing through it. It's like electricity. And I just put everything I have into holding this shield over this village so that maybe these dark beings will leave them alone. They will go away without even having to do anything else on our behalf.
Mm-hmm.
Shield it's really big. They can't see it though. The humans can't see it, but the dark ones, they can. They don't know where it came from, but they can see it.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go through it. They know that.
What is the color to the shield?
It's like a really light crystalline blue color. Almost, I've never seen this color. It's my human life.
Okay.
It's a very, very light, almost similar to my birthstone. It's a very light blue.
Okay.
But you can see the electricity flowing. It flows. It's fluid.
Is there any shapes to the bubble to the shield?
You can see, if you look close enough, you can see the flower of life in it, within it, kind of like the structure of it almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can't touch it.
And tell me, in order for you to do this, how did you do this? Tell me the steps you went through to place this.
I come center. I take all of my energy and I come center to my heart with it. And then it like flows down through my arms and out my hands, my palms of my hands. Yeah, it comes from my heart center and down through the palms of my hands. It just takes a lot of focus. Some of us practice for hundreds of years to master this. And I just spent a lot of time doing it. It just takes a lot of focus, being centered.
Mm-hmm.
I can, it's like source energy through the heart center, out through the palms of the hands. It's just like an infinite flow, limitless. There's no limit to how much or how big I can make this. Well, there is a limit to it, but there is not. It just flows.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't stop. I can put my hands down and the shield stays. It stays there. And I'm just kind of watching to see if they will attempt to destroy it, do whatever they want to do. I don't know why. This village doesn't have anything for them, so I don't know why they're even here. It's not angering me, but I don't have anger, but the closest thing to that. I'm just kind of watching the ship to see if they make any moves, to see if they do anything, or if they decide to just go.
Mm-hmm. Keep moving the time along and let me know what happens next of importance.
They didn't stop. They don't care. We are myself and the 5 others and the rest of us. We have to. It's not really preparing for battle, but we have to go. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to deter them. They don't care. They destroyed it. Well, they partially anyway, but having the holes in it, it's of no use. It's still structural there. They were able to penetrate part of it, which is very surprising to us. We did not expect that.
Oh, so the shield is still there, but they penetrated through parts of it, you said?
Yeah, yes. So that makes the humans vulnerable. I mean, it still is protecting them because you cannot destroy the shield. It will not be destroyed, but somehow they use technology, I think, to permeate it in some way, so that making the humans, they're vulnerable now. So we have to go. We have to help them. They're on the ground. We can finally see what these beings are.
Are they
We
inside?
can see them. They are. Some of them are.
Did they go
They
through
have,
the holes of the shield that they made?
yeah, it's like energetic weapons. I don't know this technology. I don't know this. It's inorganic. It's not organic. I work with organic. They do not. So I do not know. None of us know. We don't know. We don't know how. We don't know how they did that. We just know that it is not organic.
Okay. You said they're in the village, they're underground, and you're able to see them. Tell me, what do they look like?
I know exactly what they are. They are reptilians. They're very tall. We are tall too. We are taller than the humans, but they are taller than we are. I want to say that we are about 10 feet tall because we are more light than the humans. But these beings, these reptilians, they are 15, 20 feet. They are really big. They have spines, like scales down their backs, like spikes from head, not crown of head, but about shoulder, neck, all the way down to their tail. Spikes. They have 3 fingers, long claws, 3 toes. They kind of stand like, almost like a goat on 2 legs. Their legs are kind of shaped like that. They're not just vertical. They kind of have a hunch to them. Yellowy eyes, dark yellow, lots of teeth. Some of them are brown, some of them are green. It's like a dark green though, a dull green, almost like the forest. And they're holding weapons. They're holding those weapons, whatever they are. I don't know. And they're taking the humans. They're taking some of them. They don't really care, though. Some of them they just toss to the side. Some of them I think it's like a... I'm not familiar with this technology. It's like a energetic chain around the humans' necks. It's not a real chain, but it's an energetic chain. And they're putting chains around their necks and taking some of them. I think they can read which ones are, I don't know the word, but they can read which ones are have a higher vibration, I would say, for this time. They can tell which ones, and the other ones, they do not care. They take their claws and just, I don't know.
You said that you all are about 10 feet. How tall are the humans?
The humans, they're shorter. 5, 6 feet.
Okay.
They're small. Really small compared to us. They're like half our size. But
you said that this chain-like type of energy goes around their neck. Where does it come out from, this weapon?
Hang on, I'm trying to see. It's like I have to pause everything. To see. I can move about time. Time doesn't exist. We know how to move through time almost while everything stands still. It's connected to their spines. It's connected from the human's necks to the back of their spines. Like almost if they had shoulder blades beneath the scales, it's like between their shoulder blades. It connects there. All the little energetic strings, you can see them, and they just kind of drag the humans around while they're there. But
Is it like an energetic cord?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's yeah. I don't know. I don't know this. I don't know this technology at all. I'm not familiar. It just we would not do that to other beings. We would never even conceptualize the idea of creating something like that. So I can't wrap my brain around what or how or what it might be.
Yes.
It's not organic. I know this. It's not.
It is what?
I do know that. I can see that. I do know that it's nanotechnology. It's I think you can see them within that cord. You can see it's like they're alive. It's like little metal shards almost. I don't know. Surrounded by like a gray haze. That's all I can see. It's a gray haze cord with these little nanites in between it, linking the chain to the back of the reptilian to the neck of the human.
Okay. The 6 of you, are you inside the village?
Yeah, there's more than us, just us though. There's more. There's about 20 to 25 of us.
Okay. You said that you're able to slow down time. Like, do you mean your who you are, all of you, you can slow time down? Is that what you mean?
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can slow the time almost. It's still happening, but we can slow it to a point almost like if a reptilian were to look at us, like we were to make eye contact, and then we would disappear from eyesight to the reptilian because we can move through space and time like that. Then we might be behind so that they cannot see us. It's harder. It's harder to hit us. It's harder to capture us. We move not like the humans. The reptilians, they don't know how to do that. They do, some of them do, I think, but these don't. They don't know how. They don't know what we're doing. They have no idea how we seem to just appear in one place and then another and then another. They don't know.
How many reptilians would you say are there?
There's 15, 16, 17,
okay.
I think.
So there is
but not
more.
all of them came off the ship.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't all come off the ship, I don't think. It's like in order to get through the shield, they can't come off the ship. There's so many more on that ship, and we would have our hands full if they could, but the shield I put up, they were able to penetrate part of it, and they have some technology that can penetrate it and shield them almost from my shield. I don't know how, but it's like if they were to normally pass through the shield, it would disintegrate. Such a low vibration would not pass through it, but they are able to pass through these holes they've created with like their own shielding technology, but it's just so inorganic. It's not natural. They shouldn't be able to do that. So only some of them came down. About 15 to 17 of them made it to the ground. The rest, they can't come down. They can't.
Okay. And
so
what are you all doing as they're killing some people and taking some hostage, you could say? What are you all doing?
We are, unfortunately, we have to use, we are not combat, but if necessary, we will. They did not heed the warning of the shield and decided to do it anyway, so we have to do what we must, because these humans, they are so weak to this. It's not their fault. So we just go in, the 24, 25 of us, and the humans can see, sometimes they can see glimpses of us in between passing through the time to jump around the reptilians, but we just kind of jump around them and confuse them because now they can see us. They didn't know who put the shield up. They didn't care. But now that we are in the village, they can see us, but glimpses when we stop in time enough for them to see us. They are communicating with the ship. They're not really afraid. They're not afraid of us at all, but they are letting the ship know that they do not know how we are passing through time like this. And they're trying to see if they can get back up more. Or I think the remainders that are in the ship, they are trying to permeate the remainder of the barrier so that they can come down. And I can feel the shield being energetically hit. I can feel it. The rest of us can't. They don't feel it, but I can feel it. I can sense it. I know. And it just takes more. It's like being pulled in two directions, like having to hold this shield while it's being hit, and also having to help be here on the ground with these beings. We don't want to hurt them, so we are trying to just confuse them enough to get them to go and release these humans. But I don't think they're going to. They're not going to let these humans go, and they're not going to let them go. It's just kind of like a standstill between the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if they will retreat or we will have to be combative with them. And we are not used to being combative, but we do not fear them either way, so it's okay. We really hope that they retreat, that we do not have to get combative with them, because they are big.
Okay. Keep moving time along and let me know what's happening next of importance.
We have to, it's the village, they're gone now, like they're gone, the beings, the reptilians left, and everything's just kind of, you can just see the remains of the village and a couple fires here and there from the destruction from their energetic weapons. We did get combative. They wouldn't leave. They were not deterred by our trying to confuse them.
You all fought?
Yes.
Tell me what that was like.
It's like it's a mix between physical combat and energetic, because they use these energetic weapons, and so some of us use I want to say it's like alchemy, and others, they can shoot like balls of almost like light out of their hands at the reptilians to, again, not try and kill them, but deter them. If we shoot at them, that didn't work. And the six of us that have swords, the others don't have swords like the six of us do, but we had to use our swords against them, and we don't like doing that because it completely wipes them out. They can try to resist it. They can resist the energetic, I don't know what they are. It's like these energetic balls of light coming out of some of I call them my family's hands, but these swords, they can't. There's nothing they can do about that. If the sword makes contact, they disintegrate. Mm-hmm. They cannot exist. So unfortunately for them, before the others retreat, and they go, because the 10 that we had to kill, they had humans energetically attached to them, and we could not allow them to leave with these humans. We will not allow it. Mm-hmm. And it's a very weird dynamic between the two of us. I can remember taking this sword through the chest of one of the reptilians and just watching as it's almost like you can just see it just disintegrate from head all the way down. And then that cord linking to the human would disintegrate as well. And then the humans would just fall to their knees. They're weak. It's so unfortunate. We are not happy.
Okay. So originally there was like, you said maybe about 15 of them that went in. So what happens once you all are fighting and say disintegrating these? What do they do next?
The remainder, they retreat, they leave. It's like, I don't know how they exit, but they leave. They go back to their ship and they leave. They do not want to be disintegrated. I think they will be back, probably knowing their nature, but for now, they're gone, and we just have to deal with the aftermath of this village and these humans.
Were they able to abduct any humans?
I want to say like 4 of them. I did take 4 of them. We weren't able to get them. There's 4.
And they did kill some as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, the ones that were of no use to them, they would just throw to the side. And on impact, the reptilians are just so big and powerful, they can just throw a human across the room. And they didn't make it on impact. So yes, they just clawed their way through, and we're looking for the ones that energetically were higher vibrating than the others. And they ended up getting away with 4 of them.
So tell me what happens next. What do you all do next once they're gone?
We figure out how to take this shield, and I think I take the shield down, but not really. Like, I take the shield down, but it's like I keep an energetic signature of the shield so that later I can look at it and see how they were able to get through it, because their energetic signature is still within the holes of the shield. Okay. So I save that. And the 6 of us come together, and we just combine all of our energy to put like a healing shield over this place. It's not the same type, it's a different one. We shield a lot. And then we just kind of put the humans, and we're not harming them, but we put them in a state of just kind of like they are there, but they're not consciously in their bodies. And we go around the village, and we use our hands to heal them, to energetically replenish what the reptilians took from the ones that were chained. And the others, we take them and we place them nicely, because we don't want, when the others come back to body, we don't want them to see the destruction. We don't want them to see their families and their friends, and we don't want them to see the bodies. So we lay them nicely, and we kind of adorn them with just like flowers and stuff, and we make them look nice so that you can't really tell the damage that was done. And then the others of us that are not in this group of 6, they work on healing that energy that was taken from some of them, and just kind of putting them back into a state of normalcy for them. We know that we are going to have to find a way to explain to them what happened. It's so sad. I feel bad for the humans. They don't have any defense. Not now anyway. They do, they just don't know how to use it. Humans are very powerful in themselves. They are very powerful. They just don't know how to harness that power that they have. They were not taught, so they are vulnerable. So we just kind of clean up and we're going to have to decide what to do from here.
Okay. Keep moving the scene along and tell me what else happens of importance next.
Myself and the other 5 of us, we're sitting together, like we're back in the forest. We're not in the village anymore, and we're sitting together. It's like we're on a council together, and we make the decisions for our group. And we're talking about what happened in the aftermath and what we should do about the humans and their vulnerability, because we don't want this to happen again, and we're not sure if they will come back. But then again, knowing the reptilians and their nature, they will probably be back, and we're sitting here deciding what the best plan of action is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's difficult because we ourselves and the humans, they don't live together anymore. We just don't. It's not that we don't get along, but we have different ways. We are very gentle, so we just keep our distance from the humans. And now we're in a position where we've never been before, because now we have to decide: do we tell the humans, or do we kind of just wipe the slate, so to speak, and clear their memory of any of that happening?
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't want to infringe on them.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult decision to make. It's either we leave them vulnerable, or we don't. But that is not the best decision for us either, to interact with the humans.
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned that they're about half of your size. You mentioned that sometimes they see you. So they see you at your full form, like, because you would seem giant to them, wouldn't you?
No, yes, no. They see that, like, how we can hide our ear and our skin color. We can kind of shorten ourselves. So almost we could pass for human. If we really want to, we can pass for human. They wouldn't know. We would just be a lot more gentle, which would be strange to a human. They would not see us in this form. We do not want to put them in any kind of fear at all. So no, seeing us in this form strike fear into them.
And this group that protected these humans, did any of you perish from it, fighting with the reptilians?
Oh, I think some got scrapes here and there, but not really. It's just so hard for the reptilians to touch us. They don't know how how they have their inorganic technology. We have organic technology that they don't understand, and so it's just so hard for them to try and touch us with the way we move through time and space. It's very difficult.
So tell me, you guys are discussing what you're going to do. Tell me, what do you decide? The humans?
I think we decide that we are not going to tell them who we are, but we are going to put ourselves in human form, so to speak, and leave them with their memories, because we think that it would be a disservice to them if they did not have memory of what happened. We think that it would make them even more vulnerable if we were to memory wipe. That's not something we like to do. It's not really, we can be in trouble for that. So if you use it in the wrong way, we don't want to use it in the wrong way. And we also think that if we were to do that, it would end up making them more vulnerable. We think that this is not really like a lesson, because that sounds very harsh, but we think that this is of use to them to remember, to recall what happened. And so they remember. We allow them to have their memories. So what we end up doing is we put ourselves into forms, and we put the village upon them waking up, so to speak, from their days. And they don't immediately remember, like reptilians being on the ground and the destruction, immediately recall. But do know that something happened, and we are there, and we kind of just, without letting them know, we just kind of the part of other humans and villagers that were there, and just kind of go around and we help them, and we don't know that we are not human, but we try to teach them what reptilians were. They don't understand how some of us know what these beings were, but they don't ask questions.
Mhm.
They're just kind of dazed and just kind of, they don't want to know, but they are just kind of want to hear what we have to say. Some of us have to say, and we blend in. They don't know the difference. They think we're just part of the village. They wouldn't know. And we just say we have seen them before, and we've seen this happen, and we know what they were, and we tell them what these beings were.
Mm-hmm.
And we teach them. We just try to kind of, it's like infiltrating them, so that they don't know who we are. We work on, we show the humans crystals, so that we teach other humans, and some of them ask questions of, how do you know this? And some of us just say we spent a lot of time wandering in the woods and the forest, and we've known this, and that we need to share it with the rest of the village. So they think that just some of us, just knew. And so we show them crystals, and these crystals can help protect them, or it can also help them harness their own energy. But we don't talk about that because we don't want to. They wouldn't believe us even if we told them how powerful they were. It would be counteractive to what we're trying to do here. So there is a lot of sadness and tears. They do see the ones that they've lost, and we all just kind of come together, and they aren't sure how the bodies were moved and adorned with flowers and beautiful things like that. They don't know. I think they have an idea, but this goes much deeper in the past than this. I think they know that we might still exist. So, but they don't ask questions because I don't know why, they just don't ask. So we just kind of, it's really sad. They put all their loved ones that didn't make it on boats. Well, they're not really boats. They're just like these little rafts. And they float them out to sea. This village is by the sea, and I just kind of float them all. And we energetically hold space for their sadness. And we help with their sadness to try and relieve it, so that they can hopefully recall this in not such a traumatizing way, and that they can be better next time. If they ever come back, they might know what to do, or how to interact with the crystals to help them. And we just decide that that's what we do. We want to let the humans know that we are here and we help.
The crystals you all gave them, were they a specific type of crystal, or were there just a multitude?
Quartz. It's quartz.
Okay.
Quartz crystals, and we show them how they can almost produce a shield themselves. But we kind of act like we don't understand this crystal technology, so we just kind of leave it at that. We know that it works. We spent time in the forest with it, and this is it. It's something that they should work on.
Yeah.
And we all just kind of move on from there.
Okay. So you briefly try to teach them how to shield.
Yeah. The crystals won't shield them like we can shield. It's much more powerful the way we do it. But crystals, setting them up in the grids, they do help. We do. It's like I can see later on that we do show them a spot and get larger pieces. And we kind of plant the idea that, hey, maybe if you use larger pieces of the crystal quartz, that it might be more protective for you. And some of them believe that. So I think that that's what they're going to do. It doesn't prevent the reptilians from coming, but we know that the crystals raise vibration. So that is a deterrent for the reptilians. The higher that vibration, it will not stop future times where they may come, but it will not be as pleasant for the reptilians because the energy will be much higher. So it will be almost like gross to them. They will not like sitting in that space. So hopefully they will just stay away. And with them knowing that we are here, they will probably, hopefully, stay away.
Okay. Let's go to another important time in this life, another important time. You're there now. Tell me what's going on.
The humans have figured out that we're here. We had nothing to do with telling them, so it is not infringement, but they figured it out on their own. They figured it out that we still reside within the forest.
Mm-hmm.
With them coming into the forest more for crystals, some of them wandered off pretty far into the forest, and they saw some of us by the creek where we wash our hands and feet to rid of negative energy or just stagnant energy into the waters of the forest. A group of them have seen us, and they went back. They told everyone that we were still there, and they are uneasy about it. So they do not remember that we helped them in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But they are not too happy about it, which is unfortunate because we're very loving beings. We wish no harm on any being on this planet. We love all of creation.
Mm-hmm.
So it hurts. It hurts. Some of our kind have been corrupted, and they were not nice to the humans in the past. So they think that that's who we are. They think that we are the corrupted ones. They don't know the difference. There is a huge difference, but they don't see that. They just see that we look like what they dealt with in the past, and so they fear us. They don't want us here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're aware in their town's history that some beings like you that did harm them. You said some of them were corrupted.
Yeah. Some were corrupted. Yes, we're not not susceptible to corruption. Just like all beings in creation, we too can be corrupted.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that is who they have interacted with before. They have never interacted with the ones of us that are not corrupted. They have only seen and interacted physically with those of us that have been corrupted in the past. So they fear us.
And when they were corrupted, did they show them how their true form, like how tall they were and how they looked?
Yes, which is a very traumatizing to a human.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but they look different. I wouldn't say scary, but in comparison to what we look like, you can definitely tell that they are corrupted. We are like, our skin glows and we wear white, whereas our brothers and sisters that have been corrupted, they have a grayish tinted skin, red or black eyes, which doesn't really mean much, but it's just different. There's no light in them, and they have lost the light in their hair, lost the light all over. You can see the difference. But the humans, they don't know the difference.
Mm-hmm. And what was it that corrupted them? How did they become corrupted?
It's like it's another time and space. I can't recall. I don't know how.
Okay. And when they attacked the humans, what did they do to them? What memories do they have of them?
It's not something that we like to recall. But they showed themselves to humans, and they, not like the reptilians, there is no hierarchy, there is no rank, but when one has become corrupted, there tends to be more hierarchy, and those of us that have been corrupted, they don't do the same things. Like reptilians will run around and just kind of be destructive because that's what they know. But we are so graceful in our natural state that when we do become corrupted, very dark, very powerful. Just like how I can shield, they can do that, but the opposite, which is not good at all. Very destructive. They can destroy entire villages with a swipe. And this poor village, has been through so much. They've rebuilt so many times, and it's not just this village; it's just planet wide. And it's just hard for us to recall because we do love them still. They are our brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
We can still feel them, but they just would go into the village and they don't necessarily use humans in the way the reptilians do, but they trade them. They trade them to beings like reptilians.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do not need them. The reptilians can use them, but those of us that have been corrupted, the humans are of no use. So they are just pawns, kind of enslaved by those of us that have been corrupted. And they watched that before. They watched them come into their village and enslave them like it was nothing and take their family. And it's been many, many, many years since then, but it's been passed down to the families. They remember. The stories are told, and
Mm-hmm.
they trade them. It's very unfortunate.
Okay. And what happened to those corrupted beings like you, of your race?
They just are. They just exist as part of creation. They're
They're
still
still
out
on
there.
Earth with you
I
all?
think no, we stay apart. It's almost like two opposite ends of a magnet. We repel each other. It's not a good mix. Oil and water, we do not mix. They stay away, but they will come to this planet, and they do in this time and space that we are in now, and they take humans. They will. So that's why we stay. That's why we stayed, because we knew that not only were the humans vulnerable to beings like the reptilians, but they are vulnerable to beings like us that have been corrupted, which are much more powerful than the reptilians in their state. So we just decided to stay in the forest and to watch over the humans and just keep them under our wing and keep an eye on them and help them when necessary and teach them when necessary. We keep our distance because we can't explain to them what corruption in a being is. They do not know this. They don't even know their own power, so we can't explain to them that we mean them no harm because they won't see that. They won't see that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Thank you for this information. As far as human lives, do you live as long as humans or longer?
Much longer, much longer than humans, thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very unfortunate for those of us that have become corrupt. They can live just as long.
Okay. Move time along. Let's go to another important time in this life. You are there now. Tell me what's going on now.
Myself and the others on this council, we are trying to come up with a plan. It seems like we are always planning when we are together. We are trying to decide we are trying to see if there's a way that we can alchemically, almost energetically retrieve those of us that have been corrupted and to bring them home almost. We don't want them existing the way they do. It's too much power and corruption. It's not safe. It's not safe for the universe. It's not safe for the planet. It's not safe.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here and we're spending so much time trying to figure out how we can do this. I've seen them. It's like before we were sitting here at this meeting, I had seen some of our corrupted brothers and sisters in the forest. They were on the ground. And it is never a good thing to see them because they're always up to something. And I saw them, and they're just so dark. And I know I could just see it. I could just see that it's like they don't mean to be that way. They're just so clouded in the black thickness of corruption. They don't know how to find their light anymore. So it just struck me, and I was like, I just decided to bring this back to the council and see how they felt about possibly retrieving those of us that have been corrupted and helping them. And that is not something that the council likes to hear, because it is a very sensitive subject for us. And no one has ever thought that there would ever be a way to bring them out of the corruption. But for some reason, I don't know why, the ones that I saw that day, it's almost like I could see sadness in them for the first time, not just strung out on power, corruption. It's like I could almost see that they themselves they don't want that. And I decided to just bring this back to the council and ask how we felt about it, how we as a collective might go about doing this, if this is even possible.
What do they say?
It's just a lot of tension, just not very many words. It's a lot of heartache for us, because we are just so much love. We just love, we're so gentle. It's almost like they don't want. It's like for so many years they've just turned their backs against them. It's not in our nature. I'm trying to explain to them, and they know I'm right, that it's not in our nature to even turn our backs on our own. They know this. So it's just very tense and very heavy, because they know I'm right. They know.
Yes.
It's just never been brought up before, because we like to, not necessarily me, but they like to just turn their backs to it. And I've tried to explain to them that I can feel the sadness from our brothers and sisters. I can feel it. They don't want to be this way. They're just lost. That there must be a way. There must be a way that we can help them, right?
Yes.
I'm not getting a lot from them. The eldest of us, the long white hair, he does not want me speaking about this. He does not want to hear it. He does not believe that they can be uncorrupted. I'm not sure either. But I do know that it is in my loving nature to at least try and ponder on that thought that it might be possible. Because if that was me, I would want them to come after me. They don't think it's possible. They don't want me speaking about it. They don't want me speaking about it. But I'm very strong in myself, and I will not let them hush me. I force them to listen. I force them to hear me out. And this is our way. We are respectful of one another, so they sit and they listen to me. And the eldest of us, he still has doubt. But I think I can convince them to at least try. And I know that it is in our nature, and that they won't be able to say no to at least trying, because if any being in creation were to ask us to help them, we would always say yes. No matter the circumstance, no matter the darkness, no matter what, we would help. We know that is us. That is our being. So I think it is decided that we will try. They think I'm crazy. And I can't interface with them and show them the energetic signature that I took from them that day in the woods, in the forest. I can't show them that sadness. if I were to interface and show them like before, they would only see the corruption, that energetic signature. They wouldn't, unable to see the emotion. And it's buried so deep, I don't even know how I saw it. I'm not sure. But I did, and I can't let it go. So even though this might get me in a lot of trouble with the council and my position, I don't care. Because I have so much love in my heart for them, for all beings, but especially our own.
Beautiful. And tell me, what is it that you all decide to do? What do you do next of importance?
The others are with me, but the eldest of us, he supports it because we have to collectively be together on the decision, but he has doubt in his heart. And so we decide that we are going to try, and we're going to do this, that we're going to try and help them. It brings up so many other questions and concerns for the group, but we know that this is the right thing to do.
What do you do?
It takes us a long time. Today, in this now, we are still working on it. In this now, if you understand me.
Yes.
We are still working on this. It has taken many years, but the seed of hope that I planted in the council that day has not lost its light. We have been trying for many years. We know we can be successful. We know we can get them. We know we can get them to come back and find their light. We have seen other beings do this, so we know it is possible for us too.
Have you all succeeded with even at least one?
Someone else on the council, she lost her other half to corruption, and he was corrupted, and she had, I think it was success. I think so. Not success in the way we thought it would be successful, but it was successful. She came across him in the forest on the planet, and it had been many years since we had this discussion, and she approached him and used the love that she has for him and his being and his soul. And she just, it was so beautiful. She just took everything she had inside her, all of her source, all of her being, and just almost like projected it in his direction as to not harm, because we can do that for harm, but in another way that we have been practicing and trying to see if we could get to work, and it just kind of came about, and she did it, and it was like he just fell to his knees, and she just kept projecting this love at him. And she told him that we have been trying for many years to bring them home again, and that they still have their love light inside of them, and that no matter how far gone that they think they have gone or what they have done, none of it matters. That they are loved by Source, and they are loved by us. We will not turn our backs. And something happened in that moment for him. It just it ignited that flame in him again, and it just lit up, and he transmuted. He was not here anymore, but he turned back to light before he transmuted. It's like she got to see him again in his light form. So she knew that it worked, not in the way we wanted. We wanted them to be able to stay and keep everything that they had experienced, so that maybe we could find a way to never allow this corruption again. And I think we will figure that out, but we are happy that it worked at all. We have so much love for one another. The bonds that we form with each other are so powerful. And she just used that. She showed us. It was so beautiful. We were so happy, and the eldest of us could not believe it. It changed a lot of things for us.
When she projected, so to make sure I understand, she projected her infinite love light onto him. He transformed. She was able to see some of his light, but then he ended up, say, ascending. Did he ascend, or did he just go back to source?
He did not go back to source. He just ascended. He was able to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and
It
then
was
his
like releasing the chains of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
She will see him again. So it is success to us. She will see him again. His soul still exists.
Good. So he was still able to retain his consciousness and everything, but instead ascended into more of a positive polarization entity.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. That is beyond infinitely beautiful. As you know, that's what we do with AURA regression. We go through and when we find these negative aliens and entities, we do what she expressed. Thank you. Okay. And when that happened with his transformation, what happened to his body there, this giant body? Did it
stayed? And she sat with him for a while. He wasn't consciously in his body anymore, but she just sat with his uncorrupted body. They just had such a beautiful love together. She just sat in peace for a while. She brought him back. She brought him back to us, so that we knew that it was true. And we do like we do with any of our own. We adorned him ours, and we kind of had just a moment together with, it was just a big realization for all of us. For the first time, we could see that this was possible. We thought we had lost them. We thought they were gone. And she knows that she will see his soul again when it is time for her to go.
Would you be able to connect me to her? I'd love to be able to speak to her directly. Would you allow for her to speak through you?
Yes.
Wonderful. We'd like to speak to that beautiful soul there that helped her other half, as you explained, transform into love light. I'd like to speak to you now, please.
Hello.
Greetings. Thank you for speaking to us. To love you, honor you, and respect you. May I ask you questions, please?
Yes, I love you too.
Thank you for sharing such an intimate story with us. I think one that's very important. I was wondering if you could just answer a couple things, since when she said that he was your other half, did she mean like a twin flame type of connection?
Yes, we love very deeply. Yes, he was my other half.
Okay. And can you tell me, since you were able to experience it, say, hands-on, what happened to him? I'm interested in knowing this corruption.
Like how he became corrupted?
Yes. If whatever you can share on how you were able to experience that and see that within him, how did that happen?
He left one day into the forest. And, we come and go. We wander the forest a lot, and we wander the boundary, and we watch over the humans. And he often wandered the borders of the forest, and would just kind of watch, the distance, watch the humans. And he left one day. That's the day he never came back. He left, and he was going to do what he always does. Let me see if I can see through his eyes.
Yes, since you have the soul connection with him. See if you could connect through his eyes. See what happened to him.
I can see him walking and doing what he always does. It's a dark ship. He laid his eyes on a dark ship, and dark beings, very dark beings. And we've never interacted with them before. And he was curious. He was too curious. And I can't quite tell how, but it's like he he let his guard down. He let his energetic walls down, and they were able to, with just him gazing upon the ship for too long and wondering, they were able to get inside his mind. And in that moment, he was lost. He was gone. It took a moment, but these beings were so powerful that once he opened up the curiosity to them, that was the vulnerability. They had access, and they just went inside his mind. And it's like the mind was flooded with darkness. It's like this black energy. I don't know how they could get that from him from the ship, but he shouldn't have done that. He should not have been so curious about something we knew nothing about. Mm-hmm. And so they had access to his mind. He gave permission without knowing it, but he gave permission to allow them to have access to his mind. And what I know about creation and existences and experiences, I do not judge him for this. I forgive him. It's fine. We all go through our experiences, and he wanted to experience darkness. So he didn't know that in that moment, but that was the plan, and he opened up to them, and they were just able to get inside the mind. And once they were in. They could just, it's like they took all of the light that he was, and they sucked it out of him for themselves. And once they had most of the light out of him, his skin grew duller and duller and duller until he no longer had a glow. His hair lost all the light, and his eyes, all of his being. And then until eventually they just left him with the small flame that he had inside of him that they can't take, because that is our source love light. And he was just gone. He was gone. He had no recollection of his lifetime as the beautiful being that he once was. He had no recollection. That was the saddest thing for me, was that he did not remember me in that way, not until that day we met in the forest again. Love is so powerful. And after that, he just kind of became a slave to corruption. He just became part of it. He became part of that world. He left the love light, and he, as cliche as it sounds, he went to the dark side. He went. It was so fast. And after that, he kind of lost all of his memory of who he once was, and he just became so just overcome by dark. He had to go and do things that would fulfill what the light once gave him. He did not know it because he lost all memory of that, but he had to go and do things that we would never imagine doing to other beings, but he had to do those things because he lost all of the light within him. So in order to fulfill that in some way, to sustain himself, he had to go and do things that were not in our organic nature.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your story, of both of your story, with us. Thank you, sister. I love you.
I love you. Thank you.
Is there any other message you have for us before I speak back to her?
Just know that love is so powerful. It does not matter. It does not matter what you face or what's in front of you or how corrupted that someone has become. There is always hope that love will penetrate, because love can penetrate that. And I just encourage everyone to hold that love, and don't give it up. Don't ever think that it is not possible. Everything is possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for such a beautiful message. I love you, honor you, thank you, and respect you. Blessings to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's leave the life now. Can I please speak to the higher self of...
I'm here.
Thank you. Am I speaking to the higher self now?
Yes.
Thank you. I love you, honor you, and respect you for all the aid you have given us today. I know that you hold all the records of different lives. May I ask you questions, please?
Yes.
Thank you. First of all, you took her to that life where she was an orphan and died of starvation. Why did you take her to that life? What was the purpose to that?
She has recalled that life in this lifetime. He's recalled it. she remembers it, and it was very heavy on her heart. And she needed to see that it was just an existence, and that it holds nothing over her, that it was just a lifetime, and that you can let it go, and that though there is so much love in all of creation, there are moments, there are times when you are challenged as a soul, and that you may go without the love, but in order to find the beauty and the love and the bright light that she is today, she had to have a life where she got no love, no help from others, so that she could be the being that she is today, the strong, beautiful, loving being that she is today. She is so giving and so caring because of that lifetime. She needs to know that. That's why her heart is so big, because she experienced that. She wouldn't be who she is today had she not experienced that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And then you took her to this profound, life there where she was this tall, magical being. Is there a name for that race that they were?
She's Elvin. She knows this.
Yes, an Elvin race. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting, this information you've given me. As I myself am aware of some of these darker Elvins that have been lost in this corruption. So thank you for showing this life. It's very important. Now, can you tell me, what was the reason you wanted to show her that life? What was the purpose for her?
She's very connected with them. She still is. She's very, very connected with the Elvins. She knows this. And she needed to know that even though she is in this body, in this life, that it is still ongoing. The work is still going. And we, as a collective of the Elvins, we are still trying and still helping all of our brothers and sisters. She is not consciously aware that it holds heaviness and sadness in her heart for those of that race, the Elvin race, that have been corrupted. And it was just necessary to help lift and heal that in the heart a little bit, so that she knows that we have not given up, and that she is a very, very big reason for the work today. Many of the beings and races in creation that have been corrupted. That was a very significant moment for all of creation. Very, very big. Mm-hmm. It was a big moment. She was the spark for that. She needs to not hold it heavy in her heart. She needs to hold love and gratitude for that strength that she had in that lifetime, because it is resonating out in creation today. It is still resonating today. Many beings know about that. They refer to that moment when a being so dark came back through love. And it wouldn't have, that moment, even though it wasn't her and her love, her other half, she was the seed of that start. She was the start of that. And she needs to know.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. That's so beautiful.
It is.
Thank you. A lot of what you showed is something that we've been taught through the Elohim, the angels. Now I'm starting to feel maybe perhaps some of you beautiful Elvin have been helping us create.
Yes, we do.
Create what we have with helping, negative polarized beings that are willing to allow for us to help them. Thank you. Okay, so I have a couple questions about this life. Are these Elven beings, are those some of like Earth's history? They remember giants. Would those be considered those giants that were 10 feet?
In passing times, yes, the humans have mistaken the Elven race for giants. There are stories and fictions and tales down the years that have the two intertwined, but the giants themselves are a race. They are beings themselves, and they have been seen by humans in the past. So it is a mix, both. They have both been seen. No, not every time that the giants have been referenced was it the Elven race. The Elven race has stayed hidden most of the time.
Okay. Now, the time and space that you showed us, like around what Earth time and space? If you can give us any kind of direction, when was that?
Time is hard. Hang on.
Yes.
I can do moments in Earth's history versus an actual date because I do not know the dates.
Moment.
Dates are not really a thing for us. But I would say that it was way before Atlantis, A.U.R.A, way before that, much before that. It was in the earlier stages of this Earth. In the earlier stages when humans and beings and many other, before the elven beings and the other magical creatures and the humans went separate ways, but also before Lemuria and Atlantis, when the humans were more in a powerful state of being. This was before then. This was when they were very innocent and pure, much before this, I would say.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And these elven beings that they are, do they still exist on Earth now?
Yes, but in very remote places, and they stay away, and not many at all. This planet has become very dense. It's not easy to be here anymore. There are some that stay, that have stayed, and are still here because that is what they've always take care of the human race. It's so dense. Much of the elven race is not here anymore.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Anything else you want to share with us about that life?
No.
Okay. Thank you. And you, as her higher self aspect, is there a race that you are of?
We are almost a cross between the angelic elves, the elven race, and the angels. We are a cross. Not archangels. They are so beautiful. They are the elven race mixed with the angelics together as one being.
Beautiful. Okay, and higher self, thank you. We'd like to begin her body scan at this point. I know she's been in there for some time already. How's she holding up?
She's fine.
Okay, let's begin her body scan and let's start scanning and see what we can help her assist in healing. Do you need any assistance from the archangels to conduct the body scan to assist you with it?
Okay, Michael.
Very good. Higher self, if you could please connect me now to Archangel Michael. I'd like to speak to him now, please.
Hello, sister.
Greetings, brother. I love you, honor you, thank you, and respect you. Thank you for being here.
I thank you, as always, Aurora. You know we love you. We love you infinitely.
Yes, and I love you all infinitely. Michael, if we could please begin her body scan. We have the higher self has requested for your aid. They showed us such an important life there. Not that, some are more important than others, but it is very significant life. If you can scan her body, I want to make sure that she doesn't have any scanner for any energies, entities, anything that requires healing. Let me know what you find. Please scan her from head to toe. Thank you.
She has a lot of density that they've tried to attach to her over the years. She's so strong, though. In mind, she has on the third eye, there's heavy blockage on the third eye.
Okay. Can you scan that area and tell me what is that blockage there? What is it? Is that an energy, an entity, a technology?
It's a technology.
Okay. What is it? An implant or what is it?
It's like an implant, yes. It's just almost like a dark shield that goes over the third eye from operating full capacity.
Okay. Can I use the Phoenix Fire on it to transmute it out of there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Using Phoenix Fire there, and let me know once that dark shield is completely removed from her third eye. Anything else that needs healing required in her head area? Scan her deeply.
Just negative energies. Just nothing. No more technology. It's just she just has a lot of stagnant negative energy that won't move.
Okay.
We can get it to move.
Okay. Can you start that process, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. As we continue to remove this shield over the third eye. Can we continue scanning her body? Scan for any entities or reptilian consciousness or any kind of negative alien. Scan her deeply.
Is her spine?
Yes, let's look at her spine. Scan her spine for any negative alien fractals, including archons, any type of non-organic negative fractals that are not hers organically. Let me know what you find.
It is a narcotic attachment on the spine.
Okay. Can we go ahead and surround this energy with the alchemy symbols now, please? Surround the archon. Yes. Thank you.
Maybe we have Metatron as well.
Good. Michael, can you call forth down Archangel Metatron? Thank you. Welcome, Metatron. Love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you for being here.
I love you, sister.
Thank you. I love you. If we can please contain the archon entity within her spine, please. Let me know once it's contained.
We have contained it all.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and start using the alchemy symbols there and transmuting it out, please.
Yes, this will take a moment, but we will do this.
Thank you. Start that process now, please. Making sure that all her whole spine as well as her DNA structure does not contain any negative aliens within it, please. Scan that now, Metatron. Let me know if you see any other type of negative aliens within her DNA structure or spine.
Yes, she has collective that has tried to attach to the spine as well. They have managed to attach a technology, but no DNA. They have not been able to access her DNA.
Okay. This a negative collective. Can you surround them now with the alchemy symbols, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Let me know once they're surrounded.
We have them all.
Thank you. And Metatron, am I able to speak to this collective?
If you wish. Yes.
Okay, now that it's contained, Metatron, I'd like to speak to them, please. If you could help them come up now, please. Greetings.
Hello.
Thank you for speaking to us. Love you, honor you, and respect you. May I ask you questions, please?
Sure.
Thank you. If I can ask, when was it that you attached to her spine?
She was younger. She was 15.
What was it that was going on with her that allowed for you to come in that time?
It's the medicine she was on. So easy to attach.
Do you mean the medicine that the doctors gave her for being, they classified her as being bipolar?
Yes.
Okay. This medicine allowed for you to come in easy? Much
easier, yes.
Mm-hmm. How does it make it much easier for you to come in, this medicine?
We do not wish to say.
Okay, that's okay. Thank you. Now, if I can ask, what kind of race are you? What collective are you?
You would know us as the Greys.
Okay. I understand that you've been there some time and then perhaps you've been, doing this for a while, you're attaching to people. We love to be able to assist you today. As you know, the earth is ascending itself and parasitic entities like you will no longer be able to attach anymore and be within that density anymore. So when the earth and the universe ascends into a higher vibration, you will no longer be able to hold on to people in this manner. So we're looking to assist you today so you no longer have to play this negative polarized role. Parasitically, now you can let go of this role and you can ascend into a positive polarization of an existence where you can perhaps incarnate somewhere. Overall, you'd be able to create your own light and your own experiences, no longer being controlled. You'd have your own free will. Would you allow for us to assist you today?
No, we much prefer this.
Okay, I understand that you're not accepting that. If you do not accept it, I want you to understand that once the shift occurs, you're going to be automatically transmuted straight back to source, and all the, say, wisdom and experiences you gain from being these grays will be wiped. Is that what you want? To be transmuted straight to zero? Or do you want to take this opportunity and instead grow and keep those memories of the experiences gained through that being negative polarized, and you can instead be wise and strong and free-willed with your light, creating your own light?
We will go.
You will go ahead and allow for us to help you ascend? Positive polarization?
If it's possible. and we don't know if that's possible for us.
Okay. We understand that you might be a different type of race. So if we can go ahead and help you find Archangel Michael, Metatron, if we can help them now at this point, start finding their love light in them. See, Michael, Metatron, do they have light within them?
They don't. They don't have any light.
Mm-hmm.
They are inorganic.
Mm.
They are similar to their gray race, but these in particular, they are like, what the best way to describe it? They're inorganic creations. They don't hold a spark. They don't hold that. Some of the other gray races do, but this in particular, they do not hold the spark.
Okay, so they
have one job. Yes, they have one job only. It's to suck the light out of creation.
Okay. Then, Michael Metatron, what do you suggest we do now that they're contained? Do you want to just take them and then do what you need to do as far as transmuting and what needs to be done with them?
Yeah, they will just have to be transmuted.
Okay.
We will do this. They're not happy about it, but there's not much we can do for those. Though they are part of creation, they are inorganic. They do not come from source. There's not much we can do. They won't be allowed to incarnate. They don't have a connection to source, so they must be transmuted.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Go ahead and do what you need to do there, please. Now, while you all do that, is there another archangel should I speak to while you work on that?
You can speak to Archangel Gabriel if you'd like.
Very good.
He's here.
Good. Archangel Gabriel, brother.
Hello.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. It's an honor to have you here. We don't see you too often in Aura sessions. Yes. Thank you. Good.
Yes.
Okay, so then
I love you.
Oh,
I love you, Aurora. I love you, honor you, and I thank you for all the beautiful work you do on this planet. So beautiful, so strong.
Thank you. I am strong because you're by my side.
Absolutely, always.
Love you, honor you, and respect you as well. Okay, Gabriel. So as they're working there, can you tell me how is that shield that was over her third eye? Is that removed?
Yeah. Yes. Archangel Michael transmuted that. Yes.
Good. If we could have love light, filling in love light there, can you connect us to Archangel Raphael and have him start doing that for us, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Our love to Gabriel. Our love to Raphael. Now, so we're working on removing the archonic energies within her spine as well as the grays. Anything else within her spine that needs healing?
No, it needs a lot of love and light. It has much damage due to the archontic attachment and the inorganic grays.
Okay. So as we're filling in, as they're removing those, if we could all start filling in love light there to her spine and her DNA structure, also reprogramming anything negative that is not part of her for her highest good, as the higher self allows, de-reprogramming anything that is no longer serving her, anything that is harming her belief system, helping her grow. Thank you, Gabriel. If we can continue scanning her body, if you can scan now the rest of her body for any other entities. If you find anything else, any type
her
of
heart.
What's going on?
Her heart. She has it's like it's the black goo in her heart. It causes her heart to skip beats at times. It just kind of restricts the heart, restricts its light. We can get rid of that. It causes her chest pains at times and skipping of the heartbeat.
Can I use the Phoenix Fire on that dark goo?
Yes, please.
The dark goo, does it have a consciousness?
No.
No. Okay. And all right, we're gonna go ahead and start transmuting that from her heart there. Can you tell me when did that come in?
She was about 6 years old.
Mm-hmm. And what happened?
She had so much heartache from other lifetimes, from her connection to her corrupted brothers and the Elvin race. Just a lot of heartache made the heart weak and vulnerable to this attachment, unfortunately for her. But we will get rid of it. But if you would just use the Phoenix Fire, we can get rid of it.
Good. Okay. Thank you. Gabriel, continue scanning her body for any other entities of any kind, reptilian consciousness, anything else, any other entities.
Quite a few reptilian consciousnesses in the solar plexus and the root chakra. She is decently aware of this, and there are many reptilians standing by ready to go. They are ready to be brought back to source. She has spoken to them over the coming weeks about this mission, and she has called many reptilians in with our protection, of course, over the coming weeks. She has told them that we will be here today and that this is a gateway out. And there are many reptilian consciousnesses here today that are ready to go to source. We are happy about this.
Wow, that's beautiful. We thank her for that. That is, well, of course, with your all protection. And it's a root. And what else? What other chakra?
The solar.
Solar. Okay. Very good. Contain them now with the alchemy symbols so that it's easier for them to start positive polarizing. Surround both areas with
Archangel
the
Metatron.
Yes, Metatron.
Archangel Metatron.
Thank you, Metatron. If you can contain them now with the alchemy symbols, both in the solar and the root. And Metatron, can you tell me, are you all done with removing the grays out of her?
Yes, they're gone.
Good. And then we're making sure we're filling in love light there. And how is the archonic energy in her spine?
We are still on that.
Okay.
That's taking a moment.
Okay.
We'll get it, but it's the archon energy is very, very strong.
Okay.
You know this.
Okay, so do we have the root and the solar plexus now contained?
Yes.
If you could start now, I'm speaking to the reptilians there that are within these two areas. We love you, honor you, respect you. Thank you for allowing for us to assist you already, saying yes. If you could now start spreading your love light, we're going to focus love light upon you now. Start spreading your light within you. Spread it to all that is you, every root, every cord, every part of you that is within her that is yours and not of her. Spread it to all light. Let us know once all of you are all light, as well as Michael, can you tell me, do they have any reptilian bodies out somewhere? Any of these that are in her now?
Yeah, they've all gone to ships. They have prepared for this moment over the past few weeks, and they are all on ships.
Okay.
Metatron has them surrounded on the ships.
Beautiful. Thank you. Let's start helping them spread their love light. They're the reptilian bodies, and then also the consciousness that they attach to other people besides her here. How many have they attached to as well, the consciousness?
There's at least probably at least 200,000 humans that they have attached to.
Okay.
These beings.
Gabriel, if you could communicate, please, to those 200,000 humans, higher selves, and ask them if they will allow for those consciousness that they attach to them, if they will allow for us to help them remove them, helping them transform to light. Let us know, Gabriel, what they say.
Yes, they're all saying yes. They're all definitely saying yes. They said yes.
Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and start that process now. Gabriel, Raphael, Legion surrounding those 200,000 as well, helping them now spread their love light. Your legions there. And then once all those consciousness are light, let's retrieve them back to the reptilian bodies that are on the ship, retrieve them back to them so that they can make themselves whole. And if we could call forth an Archangel Azrael and his legion now, supervising this transformation, ensuring that none of them get astrayed. Thank you to everyone.
They are all love light. They're ready.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now go ahead and you all leave your reptilian bodies now that you have all your consciousness back. And again, we're filling in love light to all those humans and her as well here with love light wherever those consciousness were. Now that you all are of light, can you tell me, do you have a message for us?
We just want to thank this beautiful soul for allowing us this opportunity and this exit point, shall we say. We do appreciate all of the forgiveness that humanity has been so kind to give us, that we may go back to source and find our center, our heart, and our love again. We thank you. We thank you all so much for your kindness and your beauty. It is very beautiful that you would forgive beings such as ourselves. We
Thank you as well. I love you all. I love you, honor you, thank you, and respect you. Blessings to all of you. May you be surrounded by the love light of the universe. Thank you. Archangel Azure, again ensuring that you and your legion ensure that they go where they're meant to go for their positive polarization. Blessings to them. Thank you. Now, I know we're filling in love light to all the different areas where they were connected. Michael, can you tell me how many reptilians just positive ascended?
It was about 748,000.
Beautiful.
That's the call that she gave out.
Oh, with the call she gave.
There was only about, yes, she had about 6 within her chakras, 4 in the solar plexus, 2 in the root chakra. And with speaking to those, she asked those reptilians if they, with our protection, of course, she asked them if they would contact any and all other reptilians that they're connected to that are ready to go into the light, that are ready to transmute. And she told them this would be an opportunity. And many more showed up. 748,000 we were able to take to the light.
Wow, what a beautiful, selfless, loving act for her to do. Thank you. We humbly thank her. Thank you. And thank you for divinely setting this up. Thank you. Okay. Again, we're healing her body, as well as those other humans. Thank you. Now, if we can go ahead and continue scanning her body, Michael, can you tell me, is there any other negative implants, hooks, portals, or any other entities that are within her?
She is clear.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Okay, there's a couple things that I need to go over here. Michael, if you could just finish up the body scan for us. Does she need any age regression for herself allow it?
No, she is fine. She is fine on the age.
If we could just rejuvenate any of her cells, rejuvenate her cells that need rejuvenation with love light, please. Thank you. And can we check her chakras? Is there any misaligned or blocked chakras that require healing?
The heart chakra is a little blocked from all of the heartache in the past lives. We can send love there.
Good. Sending love light there now, please. And if we could open up her heart chakra to the biggest it can be for her highest good as her higher self allows, as well as her third eye opening it up as well. Thank you. As the higher self allows. Thank you. Michael, can you scan her for any, can you check her auric field? How does her auric field look? Making sure there's no tears in it.
Yeah, it's strong. Her auric field is strong. Yeah. No tears.
Good. Just filling in with love light, making it nice and strong. Thank you. Okay. And if you could scan her for any negative cords, Michael, does she have any?
Yes. She has a couple.
Okay. Where does she have them?
She has one that was attached to the root chakra.
Okay. If we can go ahead and can you remove all negative cords from within her, please?
Yes.
And then, transmute and cleanse any that she needs to keep, and then remove the ones that are negative polarized that she does not need, please, Michael.
Yes.
Okay. And the root cords were connected to what?
Just partners she's had in this lifetime.
Okay.
She gives so much of herself. She's so loving, and sometimes she ends up attaching to others that want some of that light that she has. So these are not good attachments. We have to transmute those.
Okay, thank you, Michael. All right, as you do those, let's see. Michael, can you scan her for any type of negative technology or wires within her?
On the lower spine, that's not the archontic attachment that we transmuted out, but the lower spine does have. It is a type of technology that is the cause for her hip issues, especially the right hip. It causes her much of the back pain. The back had many problems, quite a few different issues with that, but on the lower back, it's almost right near the pelvis on the back.
Okay. Can we transmute with the Phoenix Fire, please?
Yes.
Okay. Transmuting that now. Okay.
Yes, there was instant back relief there. So much better.
Thank you. Now, Michael, can you scan? Does she have any fragmented soul pieces that need to be regained back to her?
She has 2. She has 2 of them.
Okay. Can you find them? and tell me why did they fragment off?
Once from the lifetime from that when she was a little girl on the streets, just so much sadness and heartbreak. She left a piece of herself there. And once Atlantis, she has a piece of herself in there. She's tried to bring it back, but she just needs a little more help. So we will help her bring that piece back.
Thank you. Yes, bring those two pieces back to her, and then if we could have Brother Archangel Raphael start bringing her soul, then make her soul whole once more with the higher self, please. Thank you. And then, Michael, can you tell me why did she have the archons in her spine? When did they attach?
They attached upon birth. It was her parents, not her parents' fault, but the lack of love between her parents upon her creation. It just was easy access. It was easier to access her. So they attached. Her light was so bright that this archon decided to attach them. She's had it her whole life.
Okay, thank you. Can you also check, she says that she has, the doctors have diagnosed her as lorosis. How does
Yes.
can you scan, why did they tell her she has that?
It was the way her spine was curving, but it was curving like that due to the archontic attachment. Just such a heavy energy, twisting her spine in ways that the spine should not be twisted. The doctors don't know any better. They don't know about this, so they see what they see, and they gave her the diagnosis of lordosis, the curvature of it, but it was curving because of the presence of such a dense energy.
Let's start, if we can start repairing her spine, please, so that it could eventually not have that curvature, please.
Yes, we'll do this.
Thank you. Good. Okay, let me see if there's anything else she has here. Beautiful. Very good. It looks like I have everything that she has written here. Oh, and then also she fractured her wrist. Can you scan that and see if there's any healing needed there or anything attached?
No, they are fine. They're fine. It was just trying to block out what she was able to do in her lifetime. Shielding. They do not like that power.
Okay.
Dark beings don't like the power of shielding.
Yes, we know they've tricked many on Earth thinking that it's negative, that it's fear-based to shield. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Michael, if you could scan her one more time. Scan her one more time. Making sure there's no other negative energies, entities, nothing else that does not belong to her organically. How does she look?
She looks great. Much better than when we started.
For sure.
Much lighter.
For sure.
Much lighter. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. I want to thank Michael, Metatron, Raphael, Azrael, and Gabriel. Thank you, everyone who assisted, and any other angelic or any other benevolent being that assisted with her beautiful healing today, with such a profound, healing of the reptilians. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Blessings to everyone. Thank you.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you. If I can now please speak back to her higher self.
I'm here. Thank
you. What a beautiful, profound session you have. Brought us such a gift. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I know that she's past time, so I'm going to see if I'm going to just ask a couple questions that she has here, but the majority, I think, have been answered profoundly through such a intense, important life you showed her for her. Absolutely. I think that there is much that, especially the lifetime she had at that moment of her sister, her Elvin sister, that had that beautiful moment between her and her other soul, that has definitely rippled out into creation, and it is a light of hope for many, and I hope many get to see that and know that exists, and that love is that powerful. It will give many hope to know that love is more powerful than you could ever imagine. Okay, thank you. Okay, now as far as her significant other, she's been with him for 9 years. What advice do you have for her with him? It was not planned to be that long. She knows this. She's having a hard time
because she just loves so deeply, such a big heart. She's having a hard time letting go, but it will not harm her either way. And this soul loves her. The soul loves her so much. So either way, it is not the answer she wanted, but either way, it is not going to harm her either way, to stay or to go. She will be just as beautiful and as bright either way she decides to journey through the rest of this life.
Okay. Organically, is he meant to be in her most positive timeline? Is he meant to be there, say in the long run?
Yes, she agreed in this. She agreed in this lifetime, and what has her a bit confused, and it can be confusing, is she does love this soul, but she had an organic agreement to basically be with this soul for this lifetime and this ascension to help this particular soul awaken. And even though at times she is not sure about it, she did agree to this. She agreed to help this soul evolve, and it won't hold her back at all. It will not hold her back. And it is hard at times because, as you know, it's hard being with another soul that is not awakened. But she has taken this upon herself. She has so much love, and the soul has helped her in many other lifetimes, and she agreed. She agreed to, no matter what, help this soul and help the soul ascend in this lifetime. And she intends to do that. She will do that.
Okay, very good. And let's see, what is her life purpose? What is she here to do?
She is here before shift. She is here to help heal others. She has a natural gift of a healer. Before awakening, it was almost toxic for her to have so many souls coming to her, because they naturally, souls know where to go. They know who to go to for healing, and she was not equipped with the right abilities to do that. So she energetically took on a lot of that. Now that she is awakened, she will be able to better, she knows how to shield. She's watched you quite a bit, Aurora. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
So she can shield, and it'll make it much easier for her to do this work. And after shift, she will be a teacher. She will teach the humans, just like she did in her elven life. She will be a teacher.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, and then I want to make sure also that those, the drugs that they had around the antidepressants and the bipolar, making sure we healed any of the damage from that, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
A lot of that stagnant energy Archangel Michael was talking about, that came from those medicines.
Did that
just
shield?
Leaving heavy negative energy.
How about that shield on the third eye?
Yes. That was able to be there because of those medicines.
Okay.
Yeah. And the dark beings, they know that. They know getting her on those medicines would allow them to third eye. And then it's harder for her to release that negative energy in the mind while she was on them for so long.
Okay. Well, at this point, I know she's been in there a while. Is there anything else that I could have asked that I haven't asked?
No, that's it. I believe we have covered everything for this session.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, beautiful, beautiful higher self. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. It is such an honor once more. Thank you for bringing her to me, and thank you for having her, bring her to my YouTube channel as well. I know she's been in there, a very, a strong supporter of love there in our lives. So thank you for her love there.
Yes, absolutely. I'm grateful for you. Grateful for you to be doing what you do, to be the light that you are. You are a very big guidance for her, and thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. I love everyone. Again, my love to everyone who assisted. I love you all. Thank you.
I love you. We love you. I love you. The archangels love you infinitely. Thank you so much for all that you do and all that you are. Thank you. We love you.
I love you with all that I am. Blessings to everyone. Thank you. I will bring her back now. Wow. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yes.
How long do you think you were in there for?
I feel so. I have no idea.
I would say
I have
almost
absolutely no idea.
3 hours, maybe.
Wow.
Yes. Do you have some water? Can you drink some water? Mm-hmm.
I feel so light.
Yes. Uh-huh. For sure.
My back. My back feels good. Oh, it feels, I don't know, it just feels really different.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
How about
My
your hip?
back feels great. Yes, I can tell. I can definitely tell. Wow. Like my lower back. My lower back feels, it just feels like, I don't know, I can't describe what it feels like. Just blissed out. Very, just feels really good.
Ah,
Really nice.
beautiful.
Yes.
Wow, what a beautiful surprise. Thank you. Thank you for following your heart to mine. Thank you. I know you said you started off and then you were like, whoa, that's too much, our channel, and then
Yeah.
you eventually came back a couple months later. It does take a minute to some of these things that we talk about, they're so real and so true and so raw that people don't realize
Yes.
that, these kind of things happen throughout creation. It's not just here in this 3D and this earth. And, you showed us how they travel around like this and do this. But yes, if let me know. Do you have any questions for me?
I do not. I don't. Not right now. I'm just trying to get back to my head. Well, I
Right?
feel so light. I feel so light.
Yes,
It's a new feeling for me. I have not felt this light in a minute. Not like airy, not grounded, but
I
just
understand.
it feels good. It's really nice.
Yes,
So just kind of
beautiful.
feeling blissed out. So yeah.
Yes,
Right,
you
thank you
were
so
you were
much.
ready. And thank you for, by the way, I've never really had anyone do that before. Thank you for allowing and holding that space for those reptilians that were ready to ascend and doing that. I wouldn't normally recommend that unless you had a
Yeah.
strong team. However, that was beautiful that they supported you and that you
Yeah.
so selflessly did that for I forgot how many it was. I think it was 200,000 or 400,000. What was it?
It was like 748,000. They didn't say like 200,000 humans attached.
Oh, that's what
Wow.
it was. That's right.
Wow.
Wow. Yes. Amazing. Thank you. Wow. That life was is very, very very needed.
Yeah, that's lovely to hear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Thank you as
everything you do.
well. Thank
Thank
you. So
you.
we're gonna send you
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you. Any questions for me?
No, I'm gonna let you go. You've done so much for me. Please go.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
can't be more
you.
grateful. Thank you.
Thank you as well. I love you.
Yeah,
I love you.
absolutely.
And
I
I'll
love you
see
too.
you. Hope to
Bye.
see you in the future. Bye, love.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.